King Jam 2010.
Spin time, baby. Let's go.
Well, before it comes out, you're going to feel terrible.
Alright guys, we are here. It is the WSOP. I'm so happy to be here. It's like my 6th year in a row, something like that. Super happy and grateful and all that great stuff. Jumping straight in, the $1,000 mystery bounty. I've got 8 bullets at the ready if I need it. I played this event last year, 4 days. I cashed 3 times. I didn't make day 2. That's all going to change. 1 bullet, 1 bag, $1 million out of a hat. But yeah, let's jump straight in and play. I'm really happy to be here, really excited. Yeah, let's play the mystery bounty. Alright guys, here we go into my seat here in level 1, starting out with 40,000 chips, good for 200 big blinds. Very nice structure to start. We've got an okay-ish looking table, nobody famous, but nobody who looks like they're going to spew it off either. I'm going to grind it up to 63k on break at the end of level 8, good first few levels here. Heading over to rail my housemate Nick in the 25k heads up tournament. Unfortunately, no luck for him in this one, but what heart he's got flicking in a 25k heads up, one of the sickest tournaments of the series. Back to the table here, a difficult level 9 is going to see me drop down to 36k, and in level 10 when the big blind is at 2k, early position raises it on up. It folds round to me in the big blind and I decide to move all in. The original raiser asks for a count and then gives a big speech about how he can't fold. I'm 99.9% sure he's got ace king, but when he does eventually call, I see that he's got pocket jacks. But he snapped me off. Come on, what are you doing? Gonna need some help from the dealer here to stay in the game. I have a very strangely good feeling about this. Not anymore. Good luck, guys. One more card. Come on, let's go. Alright, guys, no luck there. Pocket 8s versus pocket jacks. Yeah, I think it's fine. 20 minutes left of registration, which is nice because we have just re-registered. So let's jump straight back in and win with the 8-3 jacks this time. Let's do it. All right, back into the tournament we go. Second and final bullet of the day here. Coming into a 2,500 big blind now. So my 40k starting stack is good for about 16 big blinds. As you can see here in my very first hand, I'm in the big blind. I pick up a very defendable Queen 10 offsuit. Unfortunately though, it's going to go raise, re-raise before it gets to me, and I have to just fold. But just a couple of hands later, I pick up pocket 3s on the button. I've got 34k in front of me and I raise it on up to 5,500 chips. Big mistake in hindsight. I got like a million messages on Instagram saying that I have to just open rip this. My 15 big blind ranges are a little bit rusty. I'm going to forgive myself. It's still early in the series. The big blind is going to do the shoving for me though, and I don't love it, but we're probably flipping, so I go ahead and make the call. He's got King 7 of clubs. Need to win your flips to win tournaments. Very nice double there. That's spade on the turn, sending me up to about 70k or so. Good for nearly 30 big blinds. Let's keep it going. A few pots going against me though before I pick up pocket jacks in the cutoff. Big blind is at 3k here. Early position raises to 8k. It folds all the way around to me and I move all in for around 60k total, about 20 big blinds. I get snapped off from the original raiser, which is never a great sign, and sure enough, he's got pocket kings. Getting it in bad again here. I've got 2 outs to keep me in the tournament. Sigh, RIP bullet number 2. Fortunately, there's always tomorrow. After I bust, I meet up with a couple of housemates and go have some Long Island iced teas. I have 3 double Long Islands and I am flying before we decide to go play some poker. We're in the King's Lounge playing 5-10, quite drunk, having a great time, playing with a guy that I'd never met called Joe, absolute legend. I managed to write down 1 hand from the session into my phone. Don't know the action up until this point. Let's pick up the hand here on the turn. 100s? Are you milking me for my teeth, sir?
In the poker world, Joey would tell you that's a value bet.
Everybody does once in a while.
Value bet.
Do me a favor, keep it right here because it's coming back to my buddy Joey, okay?
So leave it there. You positive he win?
Unless you put a red jack out there.
A red, it is a red, but I mean...
You know what he said? Unless I put a red jack
Ain't gonna
out
get a
there.
game like this at the block.
You know what?
Well,
We'll do that.
okay.
Was it? I just want to call for information. Is it 235?
230. 230, not a 5.
230?
It's a value bet, for Christ's sake. Stop fucking wasting your chips. You're pissing them away. Ace no good there. Like, look at the board. Look at the board. Look,
Stella!
8s, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jack, do you have your goddamn yellow jack in your hand? Do you have Jack King in your hand?
Take it.
Pick up.
I got very bad hands. Can you beat a 10?
No!
Oh, let's go!
Come on.
Let's go!
Joe, you're a legend, my friend. You're a legend.
Listen,
You take that. That's for you. Thank you.
you gotta give action to get action.
I agree,
right?
my
Yeah,
friend.
it is.
I'm gonna go register then. I'll do it online right now. We'll see what table we
It's okay.
wet,
I
it's
need
wet.
towels.
After it being drenched in Corona, I have to tap the table. I've got no other option. Heading to the cashier, booking a nice win before stumbling to the Uber pickup area and heading home, ready for day 1B. Alright guys, they got us yesterday, but we are so straight back in today. A little later than I would have liked because of what was the shenanigans last night, shall we say. But yeah, Horseshoe Orange, first time playing in the Horseshoe this trip. So yeah, let's jump in and let's see if we can find a bag today. No luck yesterday. The focus of the day today is longevity, just surviving, okay? And I don't mean like just like not taking spots and stuff like that, but maybe a little less all-in-y when it's not as necessary. So the focus of the day is to survive and longevity. So let's do it. Let's find a bag and make day 2 at last. Okay, as you guys just saw, we got moved off of our first table very quickly. I sit down at the new table and say hello to everyone, and nobody replies. That's never the good sign of a soft table. We're going to whiz through our first hand of the day here at the new table. I'm in the big blind with Jack 8 offsuit. Under the gunners raised it on up to 2.5 big blinds. It folds all the way around to me, and I think we have a call here versus a recreational player. We go heads up to the flop. It is ace 8-3 rainbow. Not a bad start here with middle pair. I checked my opponent, and when he c-bets, I of course decide to call. The turn is the Jack of diamonds to give me 2 pair. I checked my opponent. He bets again, this time for 6k. I pretend tank for a few seconds, knowing he's not going to fold an ace. I move all in, and after about 10 seconds or so, he makes the call. Sure enough, he's got ace 9 offsuit, looking to hold here and find a nice double up to set us on our way. That is not a clean river dealer, unfortunately for me. He bangs off an ace, and I am headed to rebuy once again. Alright guys, they got us again. I'm much more face to camera than I would like for this Mystery Bounty vlog episode. They got me. I got it in with 2 pair versus 1 pair and didn't win, which is all good. Yeah, straight back into it. This is bullet number 4, last bullet of the day. Here in Paris, thankfully. I'm not a big fan of the Horseshoe, much prefer it in here. But yeah, let's jump straight back in and see if we can win an all-in. That would be nice. Alright, back in we go. Bullet number 4. Please, poker gods, let me spin this up. Great chance of doing that when I look down at pocket kings in the big blind here in level 8. Middle position raises to 2600. It falls all the way around to me, and I put in the re-raise to 9500 chips. He's going to make the call. Got me well covered here. We see a lovely 10-7-3 flop with a flush draw. Patrick Leonard is behind me, sweating me at this point. I ask him how much I should bet as a joke, and the bloody rascal actually answers. He says 6300. I of course can't bet 6300 now. It looks like we're colluding. I decide to go with 8k instead. Middle position shoves all in relatively quickly. I happily call it off. He's got pocket jacks. We're in great shape here for an early double at the new table. Clean turn and a clean river to put me up to 73.6k here, almost 2x starting stack, but it's still so early in the day here and there's a lot of work to be done. Next up in level 11, I pick up ace jack suited in the cutoff. Middle position is a solid reg with a big stack. He raises to 5k. The low jack is an unknown reg who calls off of about 60k. I've got about 68k, and I think we've got some options here in the cutoff. I decide to move all in, which in hindsight I really don't love. Hands like queen jack suited are fine to do this with because they can make better hands fold, but I think my hand is just too strong to bluff jam, too weak to value jam. I actually think the call is a lovely option here. I do decide to shove it in here for 68.5k. Middle position folds, but the low jack snaps me off. That's not a good sign. He's got pocket aces. Dealer, I am going to need a lot of help here. Decent flop, but nothing else I can do. This is going to send me down to 8.5k down, but not out. I'm going to have a lot of fun trying to spin this up here. Off to a good start when I get king 10 offsuit all in pre-flop versus queen 10 offsuit. Scary flop, but managing to hold and double to 20.5k. After I go through the big blind, I get 15k in pre-flop from the small blind with ace 5 against ace 4. Very likely to be a chop, and as expected, it was. Doing my best to spin this up, and with 18k in my stack, stack, I look down at ace-10 offsuit, a splashy-ish recreational player has opened, I shove it in, he calls it off, flipping against pocket eights to get back up to about 45k or so here.
Mike was telling me they're gonna do it. That's not a good flop. Good game, guys. Good luck.
Guys, way too much face-to-camera action in this vlog. I want to be not here saying that we're busted and we're going to have to go again on day 3. I want to be showing you guys big chip stacks. Back tomorrow for day 3. Lord in heaven, if you're listening, let us find a bag, please. Per favore. Alright guys, back in we go for bullet number 5, collecting my ticket at the kiosk here and then heading into the huge Paris ballroom, joining this long ass line for late reg. I collect my 40k chips and make my way across to the table, all the way in the far corner of the room. As I sit down, the guy to my right moves his turtle card protector out of my seat. I then proceed to tell the table they'd rather play with me than the turtle, because the turtle plays way too slowly. I just can't help myself sometimes. First hand of the day, I pick up 8-6 hearts in early position. Good raising hand here, just kidding of course. I let it go. Sitting down here at level 6 but waiting until level 9 before I play any real hands of note. I raise in the cutoff with ace king to 3500, the button calls, the big blind puts in the squeeze to 13.5k and I move all in for 43,500 chips. Standard jam of course, button snap folds and the big blind tanks for ages before just folding. This pushes me up nicely to 63.5k and in level 10 I am shoving again. The cutoff raises to 6500. I'm in the big blind with king queen of hearts and move all in for 48k. He snap calls, which is never a good sign. He's got ace king. Gonna have to channel my inner Patrick Leonard for this one. Dealer, give me a mamacita. Mamacita! Let's go! Up to 96k, and in the very next hand I get into a blind versus blind battle versus a bigger stack. I've got ace-jack offsuit and raised to 6500 chips. The big blind calls and we see a magnificent jack-jack 6 flop with 2 clubs. I c-bet for 4k, he raises to 11k. MTT players love to raise c-bets. I make the call and we see the 4 of hearts roll off on the turn. I checked my opponent. Unfortunately, he just checks it on back. The river is the 3 of hearts. I go for some value. I bet 25k to 37k. He immediately sighs. That's always good. I know he doesn't have a heart flush now. He does eventually pay me off, and this puts me all the way up to 148.5k. Big spin up in just a couple of hands. Winning another few hands to take me up to 200k. Flying here and hoping to keep on flying when I pick up pocket kings on the button. Early position is limped in for 2500. I make it 8500 to go. The small blind puts in the re-raise to 22k. Action is back on me and I put in the 4-bet. I make it 45k to go. And he shoves all in. I am worried he's got pocket aces here. It is a shove for 125k, but I of course can't fold. I make the call. He's got pocket 10s. This seems a bit ambitious to me. This pot is huge. Need to hold here to send me up to 325k. I saw the 10 first and I was pretty gutted, but then that lovely Kardashian just slid out from behind it to send the pot my way. Up to 325k now. How exciting is this? What's more, it's the end of late registration, which means it's 1 bullet for the day. Absolute savings not have to fire 2. Let's go. I make it to dinner with 307k, heading out onto the strip to find some Chipotle. Alright guys, we are on dinner. I cannot remember how many chips I made it to dinner with, but where has this heat been the last couple of days? It's been chef's kiss. Yeah, nearly in the money, and then we'll just take it from there, see if we can back for day 2. It would be huge if we could do it today, because day 1D is going to be a shit show. Heading out for some Chipotle now. Let's check it out, let's get some food, and let's go back and crush and make day 2. Alright, back after dinner. Kind of have to ignore the upper ends of the payouts here. They're not right because of the bounty format. All we need to know is we're playing 22 levels today, and right now there's 811 left and 794 paid. And min cash is good for $1,319. Of course, not long to go on the bubble. No drama at our table, and very quickly after dinner, for the first time this trip, the tournament director has got some good news for us.
Alright players, congratulations, you have a
First cash of the summer is always a great feeling, always good to get that monkey off your back. Well, forget the fact it's our 5th bullet and we're still 4 or 5 levels away from the end of the day in a turbo structure. We'll just celebrate the mint cash right here, right now. Time now to get to work and find a nice big bag for day 2. I actually got this video of me throwing in my ante when I was in the big blind and butchering myself throwing it in, and this hand is actually our very next hand. It falls all the way around to the small blind. He's an aggro reg I played a ton of cash with in Los Angeles. He completes for 12k total, and I look down at 2 black 9s. I raise it on up to 40k, and he moves all in for 180k. This is of course a mandatory call. I can't fold. He's got pocket queens. This is so sick. He's aggressive. He's gonna have loads of hands like ace-5 offsuit and stuff like that, but no, he's got a hand that actually beats me. Gonna need some help here from the dealer. Turned the world but couldn't find the 9 or the spade to scoop in this massive pot. This is going to send me back down to 184k after this hand. Next up, I play an insane hand. I'm in middle position and raise to 24k. The big blind calls, and when the flop is 10-9-4 rainbow, he plays the old stop and go. He just moves all in for 110,000 into a pot of 66,000. I tank for ages and ages and then do some math in my head. 10 outs, 40%-ish. Yeah, call. Just caught the end of the run out there. He had Queen Jack offsuit. I somehow got it in good and I somehow held. What a great hand. This is going to send me all the way back up to over 300k. Let's go. Alright, we're on the move. We're going to table 176. Let's do it. Got about 360-ish, I think. Absolutely chilling. How's it going, everyone? Unfortunately, after moving to the new table, which looks a little softer than the last one, things really aren't going that great for me. A few standard peels from the big blind and the small blind, a 3-bet that goes wrong, and before you know it, I am back down to 200k. Action folds round to me here in the small blind. Solid.
I fold.
Good fold. Fold. There we go.
It'll be a race.
This one gets through just before the break, but going into level 20 here with the 20k big blind after break, I find myself all in again not long later.
Call. Is that call? Is it call?
All right. 2 players, 1 all in.
Greenstein.
Good luck, guys. Take care.
No Greenstein for me there for the double up, I'm afraid. Falling short on day 2 by a few levels, but look, I don't want to slither into day 2 with a 5 big blind stack and have no chance of busting anyone. I was happy to take my spots, go for the thin jams, and see if I could spin it up. It wasn't to be, but do you know what? Day 4, baby. Alright guys, it is the very next day, 10:15 a.m. I actually registered last night before I went home because I expected to be very busy today. I'm a little late because I finally had a shave. Look at that, much more respectable. But yeah, no messing about, straight into it today. Let's go take our seat. You guys playing heads up? Can I join? Or?
Now, the beautiful part is that 8 seats sold.
Can we play, or?
Yeah, we're going to start. We're just waiting on you.
Fantastic.
We're waiting on you. Now we can...
Alright, great start here. Lots of empty seats with chip stacks in front of them, so I have been a little aggressive and chipped up very nicely. Good start. So I had a great start to the day, and then this guy came and sat down and started re-raising me every hand. And yeah, back down to understar instead. We're gonna get him though. We're gonna get him. Don't split him though, okay?
Jackson Ace. Aces. Let's see what you got. That's for you. Here's your pot.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Alright, on break with 38.3k, I should have just stayed in bed for an extra few hours and then regged with 40k. But it's been a lot of fun. I had some pretty cool hands and stuff. But yeah, heading into the break and then coming back to level 9, 1500 big blind. Let's do it. All right, we're on break in the, I think it's called the Amazon room. It's very, very cool in here. This is where like the feature tables and the final tables and stuff go on, and all the bigger events. Like you've got day 2 of the Omaha 8 or better over there. 10K, I was going to play it, but I decided against it. And yeah, so this is the grandest thing.
And I had pocket 8.
And I'd like to think that one day we'll be up there, battling out for a bracelet. Who knows, it could be a few days from now. Yeah, it's really cool in here. You get such WSOP vibes from just like checking it out. I mean, look at that. I would sell my granny to be able to play on that fucking table. Yeah, very cool in here.
We are short stacked here. 2K big blind. I'm all in.
Hello.
Show one, show all.
I should show 13,000 people, that's it.
Can't bet the buckets anymore.
Dealer, it's time. Chuck me an all in button, please. I told you I had a good feeling about it.
20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 25.
I knew you were thinking about it. He knows it.
No call? No luck?
It's one she would like to call, but she doesn't know if she wants to.
I hate these guys.
Hey, that's pocket jacks in the muck.
No, it's
Everyone
not
hates
pocket
jacks.
jacks.
It's even, yeah.
I knew it wasn't pocket jacks.
There you go.
Coming over, bring me some rum cookies there.
Yeah, good luck, Gary.
Won the Colossus, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Can you say the word purple for the vlog?
Purple.
Purple.
Purple. Being racist. All in.
Raise, all in.
Power play.
That'd be so sick.
All in. I'd be balanced if I just won.
This one's paint.
I mean, I won't lose, but you can show the cameras. 27.5.
Okay.
Club's incoming.
Thank you.
Alright guys, no luck. Shoved in 9 big blinds with King 6 offsuit in the small blind. Ran into King Queen, what can you do? And I've got 15 minutes to go rebuy, so let's go do that last bullet, last chance to make day 2. Let's spin it up. Alright, we've got 22 minutes left of reg. We got in there. And we're heading to the late reg queue now. And hopefully get a quick seat, quick double. And yeah, take it from there.
I go on break in 20 minutes. I can't do that. The fingers that are making it seem.
Thank you very much.
Sorry.
I got it from there. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Hello everyone. Hey. Joe, I'm gonna do a lap. I'll be back. Straight into the blood. Here we go.
There is all in.
First hand, all in.
It's a new pair, right?
Yeah. 37.
Yeah.
3 in there, 37.
We just bought in right now. Let's go.
I just sat down.
It's a fresh stack jumping from another tournament.
Fresh bullet number 7, baby.
Bullet number 7. You're only allowed
Hey, don't laugh at me, man. Come on. Cashed it yesterday, at least.
Players all in.
Ace high.
No, I
What's my opponent have? Ace queen. Ace queen. Chop it up.
Ace 8 of hearts.
One time dealer. Alright, good luck, guys. Alright, one hand on that second bullet. It went like raise to 6, call, and I decided to just go with it. There's like 20k in dead money in there with like the ante and the, the calls and stuff like that. So I think my shove is okay for 11, 12 big blinds, something like that. I realize we're probably not getting 3 folds, but with a lot of dead money in there, I think it's okay. 7 bullets, 1 cash, no day 2, no $1 million bounty, no $1 million top prize for me, unfortunately. But I had a lot of fun. I feel like I played really quite well. I think on the first day, maybe a bit rusty, and there are some tournament spots which I'm not familiar with that I maybe misplayed, but I feel like I didn't tilt, I didn't spew. yeah, I give it my everything. It was a lot of fun, and there will be many, many more WSOP tournament vlogs to come. And so that's it from me. No Dig 2, unfortunately, but if you guys could click the sub button, that would be very good. Yeah, until next time, thanks for watching. Dig this.